What's up guys, Johnny May here from Piano with Johnny, and today I'm so excited to teach you how to play what I call the ultimate beginner blues shuffle. Guys, this is for beginner piano players, so if you've got no playing experience or you are brand new to learning jazz and blues, this is the groove for you. I promise no matter what your playing level, you will be able to play this groove, and it is so easy to play. So let's go ahead and dive into the lesson. All right, you ready to learn this lesson? I am so excited to teach you how to play the blues shuffle, guys. The blues shuffle, okay? It doesn't get more old school than this, right? And guys, if you want to play the blues and you want to solo on the blues, guess what you got to be able to do in the left hand? You got to be able to play the shuffle. And especially if you want to play with other musicians, if you got a trumpet player, or saxophone player, or guitar player, and they want to jam out and they want to groove, you got to know the shuffle. Okay, so that's the topic of today's lesson, is how do you play the shuffle? And you're going to be learning it in one of the three most important keys that you need to be able to play the blues in, and that's the key of G, C, and the key of F. This is a G blues. And by the way, guys, at pianowithjohnny.com, we have a ton of blues lessons just like this. So go check out our blues lessons at pianowithjohnny.com, the Bible of blues riffs, 120 riffs for piano, which all relate to this topic of playing a blues shuffle. So you guys ready for this? Let's dive in. Now, before you learn the blues shuffle, you need to know the three chords that are in the blues, right? What are the three chords in a G blues? And you'll actually see these outlined here on the lesson sheet. By the way, the lesson sheet is downloadable for our members at Piano with Johnny, as well as that blues backing track that you just heard. All of our members get to download this content. Okay, so the three chords in blues are G7, G, B, D, and F. That's the right hand. Left hand, G, B, D, and F. Okay, that's called the one chord. Then we have a four chord, C, E, G, and B flat, C, E, G, and B flat. And then we have a five chord, D, F sharp, A, and C, D, F sharp, A, and C, okay? These are the three chords that you need in order to play the blues, G7, C7, and D7, okay? Now, before I teach you the shuffle, you need to know the blues form, which is what is the order of the chords, okay? A very easy way of playing the blues form is to stay on the G chord for 4 measures, then you go to the C chord for 2 measures, the G chord for 2 measures, then you're on the 5 chord, the D chord for 1 measure, the C chord for 1 measure, and then the G chord on 1 measure, and then the D chord on 1 measure. Okay, does that make sense? So this is called the blues form. It's the order of the chords, and this is something I encourage my students to memorize, is look at the first 4 measures. That's a G7, then you're on a 4 chord for the next 2 bars, and then G7 for 2 bars, and then you're on a D7 for a bar, C7 for a bar, G7 for a bar, and D7 for a bar, okay? Now, what is the blues shuffle? How do you play the blues shuffle? Let me show you guys. This is the meat of the lesson. This is the most exciting part. Check it out. Oh yeah. Really, really simple pattern. Let's first talk about the left hand, guys. We're on a G, a 7 chord. And so when you do a blues shuffle in the left hand, it is very common to do this little shuffle pattern, okay? And it's not hard to play at all, okay? You just need to get the basic feel of it. And once you have it on the G chord, you could do it on the other chords, okay? So on the G chord, you've got a G and a D. This is middle C. This red dot here is a nice little reference point. I got G and D in the left hand, and I'm hitting that twice, up to G and E twice. That's it. G and D twice, G and E twice, okay? And we're just gonna rock back and forth between these two, okay? Now, whenever the chord changes to like a C7, you drop it down to your C position. This is C and G together, and we do the shuffle. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's C and G up to C and A, okay? Then when you go to your D chord, it's the same thing. D and A up to D and B, right? Twice on each position. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and By the way, if you guys like these left-hand bass lines, we actually have a whole course on left-hand blues bass lines. It's called Rockin' Blues Bass Lines, where you learn a bunch of these left-hand lines. So just letting you guys know, go to pianowithjohnny.com, check out our courses. We've got a ton of courses for all playing levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced piano players. You learn a lot more of these left-hand patterns. But guys, this is the left-hand blues shuffle pattern. Super easy and super fun to play. And this is how it works on all the chords. So if you're on a G7 chord, you're here. If you're on a C chord, you're here. And then if you're on a D chord, you're down here, okay? That's the basic idea. And you can go through the whole blues form and practice this on the G7 for 4 bars, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, that's 2 measures, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, that's 4 measures, and then you go to a C chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, and back to G, 2, 1, 2, 3, and up to D, 2, 3, and down to C, 2, 3, and back up to G, 2, 3, and down to D. Okay, that is your basic shuffle pattern. You can practice that on your own. Okay guys, ready for the right hand? The right hand is really where the magic comes, because you get these crunchy chords, you get the slide notes, these blues notes, really, really important in the blues. I talk a lot about these in our lessons at pianowithjohnny.com. All of the blues courses, you gotta have blue notes and these crunch chords. Super cool and super important in the blues. What we're doing, guys, is we're hitting a G6 chord, B, D, E, and G. That's a G6 chord. It's not a chord a lot of teachers will show you how to play in the blues, but it is a very cool chord that you can use in the blues, guys. This is something I want you to just tuck away in the back of your mind. You can use a G6 chord over a G blues, right? They're not all dominant 7th chords like we're typically taught, okay? So this is the chord I like to use, but I like to slide it like that, okay? So I slide from the B flat up to the B, like that. Then I go up to a C major chord, C, E, G, and then I go back to the crunch note here on the G6 chord. And guys, that is the pattern in the right hand, okay? So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and basically anytime you go back to this chord, you're gonna slide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna bring it down there. 2 and 3, and that's our basic pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. You're doing a great job, guys. Blues shuffle is super easy to play. It's one of the first styles I start my students on because it's really easy. On the C7, we're just going to go to this very colorful, what we call C9 chord. It's B flat, D, E, and G. We're going to strike here. Then we're going to come up to C, E, and G. Come back down. B flat, D, E, and G, right? And do the same pattern. Bum, ba-dum. Okay, you guys seeing this? Really easy. And then we go back to the G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. With the slide, guys. Okay, make sure that slide is really fast. I use my thumb on the slide. On the D7 chord, okay, we're gonna do an up slide to the F sharp. So this is the target here, C, F sharp, and A, but you're gonna slide from the 2-finger F up to the F sharp, like that. Okay, 1, 2, this is the second chord, D, G, and B. So we've got 1, 2, back down, 3, 4, that's D, G, B, and then we're going to go to our C chord, 1, 2, 3, that's a B flat, D, E, and G, C, E, G, B flat, D, E, and G, okay, and then we're back to our 1 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the slide up to the B, right, slide, there's the chord, 3, 4, and then on the D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the slide up to F sharp, D, G, and B, and then we can slide this one or just strike the chord. Guys, that is the right hand for the beginner blues shuffle. Super easy, super chill, easy blues pattern to play. Let's do the whole right hand together, okay? Here it is starting on the G chord. Ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Next one, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and back to G. Doing a great job. You're sounding awesome. Here's the D chord, a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, 2 G, 2, a 3, 4, and D, 2, 3, 4. Okay guys, the last thing is to combine the hands. You're rocking and you're rolling. I hope you're enjoying this lesson. I'm enjoying teaching you. Here's how the hands come together. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So that and lines up together. 1 and 2 and 3. You see? Okay? And then it's the same thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You see how those line up? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now to the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. You see how those line up? And then the next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so that's going to be the trickiest part, is lining those up there. Last part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You see how it works? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you're always lining up there on the and of 2. And then guys, what you want to do is you want to speed this up, get it to about a medium tempo. That's a pretty good tempo. And then when you're feeling good, go ahead and play it with the track. And here it is, guys, with the blues backing track, which comes with this lesson at pianowithjohnny.com. You get access to the downloadable tracks and the lesson sheets. Check it out. Here we go. Play along with me. Here it is. Now to the C chord. Doing great. And back to G. And here's the D. And the G. And solo. Alright guys, did you enjoy this video? If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, check out pianowithjohnny.com. We have hundreds and hundreds of lessons where you learn the blues, you learn how to improvise, you learn blues left-hand patterns. We talk about medium blues, we talk about slow blues, we talk about up-tempo blues, we talk about jazz and funk and boogie woogie, all the fun styles, all the stuff that your classical teacher down the street won't teach you because they don't know how to teach you how to do this. This is the kind of stuff you learn at pianowithjohnny.com. We have a thriving community of piano players, just grows every single day. We do live events every single month. We do a live Q&A with me. You can ask me your practice questions. We do live workshops. We have a ton of fun. It is an amazing platform. So go check out the Piano with Johnny community. Also guys, we're doing a 10-day beginner blues challenge. This is a free challenge that you can sign up for. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to that below, but go ahead and sign up for the 10-day beginner blues challenge where I teach you a ton of material. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.